Hey guys, how's it going? Solo back with another video today. You're getting a 2-for-1 special again because this video I just had to get out there. I didn't think I was going to make another Virgin Galactic video, but there's been just crazy news that happened today during the day and even crazier news that happened during after hours trading. Take a look at the stock graph. We just fell off a cliff right now as I'm making this video during after hours trading. So I just had to talk about the news events. We will do some updated technical analysis to finish up the video, but wow, I'm actually getting a little bit nervous for my space puts that I have expiring tomorrow. So let's talk about what happened today. First off, taking a look at the Robinhood graph here, you can see wasn't really that much of an eventful day. Yes, we had a little bit of a sell-off, down almost 4% within the first 15 minutes of trading today, but that wasn't too surprising. Like I said, we are still kind of reeling from that failed test flight over the past weekend. So if you've seen some of my other videos, you know I did think that we were going to have some red days this week and sell off. So it wasn't really that much of a shock that we sold off some more today. Actually, we were green yesterday if we take a look quickly at the weekly graph, but we did slowly melt up and actually rally all day long. And in fact, at some point during the day, we were actually even green, up almost 1% around 2 p.m. Sold it off back again. We had a little bit of a red day during normal market hours, but not that bad. We were only down 1.4%, which actually was surprising because I thought, like I said, we would sell off pretty hard this week. However, take a look at this. At about 4:25 p.m., so about 25 minutes, about a half an hour into after hours trading, we went from being down 0.4% to being down 7.1%. We rallied back a little bit and then immediately right back down 7.25%. Currently, we are rallying a little bit to being down only 4.5%. But let's talk about the news that broke today and what's causing the trading during the day and this big sell-off during after hours, which I suspect will carry over into pre-market trading and the market open tomorrow. So let's get right into it. So for this, we're going to have to take a look at my Twitter account because this is where all of the news is happening right now. If you're not familiar with it, Chamath Palihapitiya, I probably am mispronouncing that name, forgive me, but if you're not familiar with him, he is a billionaire, okay? He's the CEO of Social Capital. He is a part owner of the Golden State Warriors, the basketball team, and he's also a part owner of Virgin Galactic, of space. So what happened today? Well, if we scroll down, he actually sent out a tweet, and what he did was he sold off a lot of his Virgin Galactic shares today. So you can see he explains it in a tweet that actually came out 18 hours ago. I'm making this video at almost 6 p.m. Eastern time, and you can see he filed a Form 4 for the sale of 3.8 million shares of space. Now, here's where it gets a little fishy. And we'll take a look at that Form 4 to see what he sold, when he sold it, and for how much. But he's saying that he sold these shares to help manage his liquidity as he funds several new projects starting next year. Now, I don't know if that's an excuse because you have to imagine this guy has gone on CNBC. He's gone on the news networks with Richard Branson, and he is a part owner of this company, over 10%. And obviously, he's going to go on the news and pump the stock. He's going to talk about how great the company is and how great the stock is and how their future is so bright. So for him to sell any shares, let alone 3.8 million, he's a smart guy. He has to know that that's not going to look good for the company, especially after a failed test flight. So let's take a look at the Form 4 to see exactly what he sold. So here's the Form 4, okay? You can see it's got his name at the top left. It's got the address for Space Virgin Galactic. You can see right here it says Virgin Galactic Holdings, ticker symbol SPCE. So in 3 separate occasions, you can see right here in the middle, he sold shares of stock. So on 12/14, right? And again on 12/14, and then the following day on 12/15, 3 separate sell orders he's put in. Now keep in mind, the failed test flight was on 12/12. So 2 days after the failed test flight, and then again the day after, so 3 days after the failed test flight, he sold off shares of stock. So how much did he sell? Well, as we said, looks like on the first day, he sold almost a little over 1.9 million. So we're going to just add this up on the fly right here, 1,907,264. And then the following day, he sold another 92,736 shares of stock. And then the third day, he sold 1.8 million more shares of stock. So he sold a total, like I said, of 3.8 million shares of stock. Now, because he sold it at 3 different times, he definitely got 3 different share prices. So the first lot he sold for $26.67. The second lot, he got a little bit more profit out of that. He sold it for $27.54. The third lot was the cheapest he sold it for, which was $24.67. Let's just, for an even round number, let's just say between 24, 26, 27. Forget about weighting it. That's just too much complicated math. Let's just say a round number of about $25 a share, right? So he sold $3.8 million at roughly, just to get a rough estimate, $25 a share. He sold $95 million worth of stock, okay? So he's saying that he needed to free up $95 million for some other funds or investments that he wants for 2021. Now, $95 million is a lot of money, but this guy is a billionaire. So does he really need to free up $95 million from shares of Virgin Galactic? Especially, like I said, he's a smart guy. He knows that this is going to raise some eyebrows. What are investors going to think if someone like him, who's also the chairman, mind you, of Virgin Galactic, as you can see on his Twitter page, if I scroll up here, you'll see it says chairman at Virgin Galactic. So he knows that as a chairman of a company who just sold $95 million worth of stock, he's a smart guy. He has to know that this is not going to look good for the company. This is not going to look good for investors. And I think he tried to get ahead of that by putting this tweet out and sort of explaining why he cashed out. But honestly, I'm not buying it. The timing is a little fishy too. Why didn't he cash out before the test flight? I'm assuming he always planned to cash out and was hoping that he would get a little pump from a successful test flight. I don't know. That's all hearsay. It's just my opinion, just speculation, but it's a little funny. But as you can imagine, on Twitter now, this has kind of, brought out the conspiracy theorists and people responding with tweets. Now, here's the other interesting thing. Just 2 hours ago, he put this tweet out saying that his other company, or another company that he really likes, Open Door, they are going to merge with a SPAC with the ticker symbol OPEN or Open, and looks like start trading on Monday. So now, what I'm wondering is, did this guy just cash out $95 million so that he can then buy into this IPO? Because if you take a look at the recent IPOs on Airbnb, on DoorDash that just happened recently, their valuations were out of control when they first IPO'd. I mean, Airbnb, they were offering shares of stock for their users, for their hosts, at $68 a share. Airbnb IPO'd at something like $150 or $160 a share. So immediately, those hosts that got shares at 68 instantly almost tripled their money, 2 times to 3 times their money. I'm wondering if Chamath is trying to do the same thing, where he's trying to take that $95 million out of space, put it in to this Open Door IPO, and then just immediately 2x or triple x his money, because the IPO valuations right now are crazy. I mean, from a money standpoint, that's great. But for people like me that are bullish on Virgin Galactic, that like the company, that like what they're doing, doesn't really bode well. Take a look at this tweet that came out by Quant Data, okay? This is what knocked the stock down after hours, because Chamath's tweet came out already known during the trading day. So what happened after hours to cause that huge sell-off? Well, this is it. So about an hour ago, Quant Data tweeted out that Virgin Galactic, they are offering more stock, actually almost 113 million more shares of stock. So the theory is that now that Chamath has kind of cashed out his shares, the company needs more money. So they need to raise more capital, and they're going to do that by offering more shares of stock. So they are essentially diluting shares of the company. So again, that's just bad for current investors. So that's probably why the share price dropped so hard after hours. Because like I said, this news just came out an hour ago during after hours trading. So it's going to be a very interesting day when the market opens tomorrow. I am expecting a big red day, to be honest with you. So why am I worried then? If you've been following my videos, I actually have 4 cash good puts on Virgin Galactic right now that expire tomorrow. So let's go back to Robinhood. So my puts are at the 18 strike price. As I'm making this video, Virgin Galactic is trading for $24, okay? When I sold those puts, Virgin Galactic was in the low 30s, okay? Just keep that in mind. Now, I think I would be safe. I'm not too concerned, but for $18, for Virgin Galactic to get the $18 tomorrow, it would have to lose $6. And $6 of the current share price of 24 is just about 25%. So Virgin Galactic would need to drop 25% tomorrow for me to possibly get assigned shares. Now, I could always consider rolling my shares out to next week or later on, and even rolling the strikes down if I don't want to own the shares. But I'm going to see what happens tomorrow. Keep a close eye on this stock, because you might say to yourself, 25%, that's a lot to lose in a day. And I agree with you, but it wasn't too long ago that Virgin Galactic actually shot up 25%, okay? So if any stock can lose 25% in a day, it's definitely Virgin Galactic. Let's take a look at the TradingView chart. So here's where we closed today. But as you can see, after hours trading, we are well at 24.20. We're actually below this area of support that I had drawn at about 24.36. We're pretty much right there. Now, to get to $18, we'd have to break past below the 50-day moving average and 2 other areas of support that I had identified before. Like I said, let me show you that green candle where we shot up 25%. That was this candle right here back on September 28th. You can see we gapped up there. So like I said, any stock that can move 25%, it's going to be Virgin Galactic. In terms of updating our technical analysis, I'm going to delete this up arrow because I think right now there's no chance that Virgin Galactic is going to go up tomorrow. My first area of resistance, the strongest area of resistance, is probably going to be the 50-day moving average, which is actually right at the 78.6% Fibonacci level at about $23. The second area of support that I'm going to look for is about $22 at this trend line, and then about $21. And then I'm going to be looking at about $20 because that's the most recent low back from November 16th. Is it possible that we get so low that we get sub $20? I think it's possible. I don't think it's likely, but I think it's possible. I really hope, though, that Virgin Galactic closes at like $19 because then my options will expire worthless. And then come Monday, I'm going to sell cash good puts at like 15 or less and hopefully get assigned at a super low price. If you're really long-term bullish in the company and you're really a believer, this is going to be a golden opportunity to buy the dip. Of course, this is not financial advice. You have to do your own due diligence. But talk about a stock going on sale. We might get a huge sale on Virgin Galactic tomorrow. So let me know what you think. Do you think Chamath is believable in that he just needed to free up some cash? Or do you think he knows what's up and he's saying, you know what, Virgin Galactic might not be a good company. Let me pull my cash out before they sell off even more. Here's the other thing on Twitter. So user PatmanCap, he found this old tweet from Chamath. Okay, this is from October 1st of 2020. And he says, it's important to construct initial owners who are skilled long-term investors. Okay. And he's kind of contradicting himself by selling off his shares this week. So I don't know, some fishy business going on. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Are you worried? Do you believe Chamath? Are you just going to write off space altogether and not touch this thing? Is this a hot mess right now? Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know if you have shares. Let me know if you have options on space. I hope you stay green. And as always, happy trading.